One day, a luxurious train making its way from France to Great Britain was fully occupied. A Frenchwoman, visibly nervous, happened to be seated next to an elegant English gentleman. The well-dressed man turned to her and politely asked, "What troubles you?" "Madam," the woman whispered softly, "I am carrying $10,000, which is more than the amount legally allowed for crossing the border." The Englishman smiled with cunning intelligence, a cunning she did not yet understand, and suggested, "Let us split the money between us. If either the French police or the border officers catch us, we will at least save half of it. Write your address in London for me, and I will return the money when we arrive." Convinced by his proposal, which seemed very logical in her moment of fear, the woman gave him half the money and her address. When the train reached the border checkpoint, the Frenchwoman went through inspection first. She passed quickly, nothing was found on her, and she was about to safely cross. But what happened next was completely unexpected. As the officers began inspecting the Englishman, he suddenly shouted at the top of his voice to the commanding officer, "Sir, that woman who just crossed is carrying $10,000. She split it with me. Half is with me, and the other half is with her. I only cooperated with her to prove my patriotism and loyalty to Great Britain." The officers recalled the woman and searched her again. They found the money and confiscated it. In the commotion, the officer delivered a speech about the importance of patriotism and citizen integrity, thanked the Englishman warmly for his noble character, and allowed him to cross the border without being searched. The man thus passed safely, carrying the half of the money which the officer had just allowed him to keep. Just 2 days later, the Frenchwoman was surprised by a knock on her door in London, and there stood the very same Englishman. She opened the door angrily and said, "What audacity is this? What do you want after everything you did to me?" The man handed her an envelope and said coldly, "Here is your money, with a small reward." The envelope contained $15,000. The woman looked at him in utter astonishment. He smiled and said, "Don't be surprised, madam. I was just distracting them from my own briefcase, which contained $3 million, and so." This story proves to us that appearances are often deceiving. Frequently, those who loudly champion patriotism and honor in public are the real thieves, using virtue as a mask for their greatest schemes. Did this story teach you to be wary of those who raise slogans? Join us at the Timeless Narrator and subscribe now to reveal the cunning of the past that explains our present.